All right, everyone, we are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name's Odum. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Mine was pretty good, getting lots of work done, which is always nice to have, especially on a weekend. I always feel like you can get ahead of other people or other people aren't working on the weekends and you're kind of like putting forth that work or whatever on the weekends. Welcome. Episode number 212. And what we're going to do today is over the weekend, I've kind of finalized the style guide as well as the initial components. Actually, still probably some work to do on the components for touching ups and cleanups. And we are going to take that and put that into our Piixel Pieces, or at least we're going to try to anyways to get that process going. Because I do remember when I first did Piixel Pieces, I wasn't using client first and I wasn't using our style guide. So there might be some issues there. But yeah, so welcome. And if you're new here, my name, of course, is Odum. And I have started Piixel, which is my web design company. And then we are creating Piixel Pieces, which is our Webflow component, library and component software or company or whatever. And our goal, of course, is to generate $1 million in revenue every single year. That's what we're working towards. Oh, I did not start my comments. And that's not good, because usually if I don't start it first, then I have an issue actually displaying them. Let's see what we got going on here. I did load it up first, but anyways. Still showing up. Greetings, Rolando. Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. All right, so let's dive into it. Oh, actually, what I was doing right before we started, I figured I'd make the style guide. At least it's not 100%. I mean, nothing's ever 100% ready to go, ready for prime time or whatever. But I have the style guide, and I figured I could put it on Webflow so that people can clone it if you just wanted to play around and just practice with it or whatever, or just give me your feedback. So I figured I'd do that today. But then what I realized is that I have to make a profile, and I need to get an image for Piixel. And I don't quite have one. I have a couple things that I've used before, just very, very quick. But I'm not that happy with it. But I figured what I do first is just create this profile. And I'm just going to do something really, really quick here. It's going to be pretty quick and dirty. But I'm just going to create a little bit of an icon here for Piixel while we make this, what's the word I'm looking for? While we make our Webflow profile. Okay. So I'm just going to do like a P for Piixel, and then maybe try to pixelate it a little bit. Take out a little chunk off the corner. And hang on a second while you can see what I mean once I get into this thing here. Oh. So it doesn't need to be massive, but something like that. Oh, I should probably be using not Photoshop for this. I should probably be using Illustrator now that I think about it. That's okay. All right. That's okay. Let's actually, we'll center this. And what I want to do, hopefully this looks okay. It might end up looking stupid. Fill. So just want to do something simple like this. I don't even know if that even looks good. Looks kind of silly. Is that too much? Maybe something's a little bit smaller. And then we'll just give it a background color. Maybe a little bit of a gradient. Let's go to our site here. And let's get our colors. I don't have them all off by heart here. What color should we do? Actually, let's go our background with our blue, and we'll do the same thing for here. And then we'll do our P as white. Yeah, it's this is pretty bad. I need to hire like a logo designer. So let's save this on. Let's save it on the desktop. Pixel avatar. Ooh, maybe this is gonna look too bad. Okay, so let's create our pixel. Oh, that looks horrible. That looks terrible. Can we crop this again? That looks even worse. Oops. That is just way too big. Pixel avatar, but we want it to be a JPEG. Which one is that? This one here. Oops. How does that look? Still a little offset. We're going to keep that for now because you guys don't want to see me fiddle around with this. Oh, God, that looks horrible. That just looks so bad. That looks so bad. All right, create profile. That work? Oh, this profile has already been taken. What? Who took this profile? Now I got to see what this looks like. Application error. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so we need to, I guess, just pixel media. Okay, take me to my profile. Add a portfolio highlight. Okay, select a site. So select a made and all right, I want to showcase a site. And I think it's Piixel Pieces Styleguide. Oh, it looks like I do have. Oh, I already created a pixel profile. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, what the hell is this now? Now I have more than one profile. That's annoying. Okay, sorry. Wait, so I need to go back to the showcase a site. From that workspace, style guide, select a profile. Make your workspace profile public. All right, what happens if I click here? So this is my workspace. Default workspace. I mean, I guess that's the only workspace I have. View my workspace profile. Application error. Okay, there's some issue with this actual space. Is that because I tried to make another profile? Because yeah, this won't even let me showcase the site. This is make your workspace a public profile. This is my user profile. And then save. Let me just save that. Maybe this is why. Okay, so this is my team workspace. Okay, so interesting. Okay, right, and that other one was my personal web space or Webflow space. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so cancel this. Okay, where am I here? I got too many tabs open. Okay, so here's Piixel. Let's edit this profile. City. Let's do this. Canada. It's our website. Piixel. Oh, shoot, I had this one. There we go. Let's copy this one. Right. Okay. So we can save that. Go to our profile. Add a site. Add the style guide. On Piixel. Allow others to clone the site. Yes, we want to. So what are we going to call this? We're going to call this I guess we're just going to call it our first our style guide. I mean, that's a stupid I should say style guide. I'll just go Piixel style guide based on client first principles. I'll have to figure out what to do for that after. Make a better description. Okay. I feel kind of like this is not really ready to be showcased because I'm still working on it. Because if I go, I don't need, I can't even pause this. So why am I hesitant? Let's just go to the site here just for a quick second. Go back to the designer. Because I still have a page here. This is a changelog, and I need to update this. In fact, all of this needs to go because this is all just kind of old stuff. Oh yeah, all this stuff needs to go. Your style guide so you can create incredible web pages with our elements. Yeah, that's on the right path. I like that. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to put it in a text file. Because I'm going to use that because that's pretty close to what I want to say. Okay, so I guess let's have a look first here. I'll just show you real quick at the style guide as it stands right now. So let me just zoom in a little bit. So yeah, so here's the style guide and all the elements here. Basically, when you click the drop down, you have little subheadings for the different classes, and you basically just click on them and it just takes you to that section. You have your structure classes, forms, rich text, headings, all this, the usual stuff. Oh, this is not going at the right spot. What is going on there? Oh, okay, that worked. That's interesting. Buttons. We got text. I added this little section right here in this style guide for what the actual names are of the different variables. So tiny, small, regular, medium, and that gives you the actual value. Then these are it here. Text styles. Yeah, so I mean, colors, padding. Padding, I kept the initial client first, which has the padding direction plus classes. But then I added my own versions where you have padding top and padding bottom. So kept those in there. Spacers, utility, and grid. So that's it there. So it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. So it's, like I said, it's pretty much done. But the one thing that I haven't done is, number one, it's not even mobile responsive yet. And there's still some issues here, I think, with, what are these issues? Non-descriptive lick. Yeah, okay. So I'll have to fix that. And I don't have this changelog finished. Obviously, I don't have anything finished because I just kind of copied some of the old stuff over. So what we can do, let's do... oh my goodness, what should we do? Let's just delete this completely. Actually, maybe not completely. Let me keep this. And let me keep this. Delete this. We are going to... This is the change log. In fact, should we actually keep it? Now that I'm thinking, hang on. Let's delete this. Yeah, create. So This page tracks all the changes made to the the style guide, right? And I guess what we can do here is we can almost put these in like different version. So I want to say like 0.1. This is the initial one. So this is initial release of the Piixel Pieces style guide. Right. So we can go here. Version 0.1. And maybe what we can have is like a date. What's the date? Today's date? December 12, 2023. And you could just bold it. Ooh. I like that. Thank you. I'm going to lift that for the most part. On this page, you'll find the history of changes, improvements, and additions made. Elements. Something like that. I like that. Thank you very much. Now, because I guess we should have something on the inside. Let's go content. Heading. What should it be? Hang on, let's delete all of this junk. We should call this, what should we call this? Or what should we, I think we should put in some kind of like description. And I think we should I'll say, maybe we'll say like beta release, because it's not ready for prime time just quite yet. That'll be version like 1.0 or something like that. Yeah. So maybe what we can do is in here, let's rename this class Piixel. What am I looking for? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, lawyers definitely have ways with words. Yeah, very much appreciated. Thank you very much. I, on the other hand, do not have a way with words, or it takes me a really long time to write something really, really good, at least according to my standards. But I appreciate any help that I can get. Okay, so what I'm thinking now is I want to put a place where I can just have the description of what exactly is in this version. And I'm also trying to think of what like little subversions are going to be as well. And I think those ones will have these little headings here, I would imagine, which we can link to. So what can we... You know what? For now, like, okay, what I'm thinking is just to delete this. Where are all these things? We're gonna have to delete all of this stuff too. Oh, how come this thing's gone all up? What happened here? I think I deleted something I shouldn't have. What just happened? Did I delete my table of contents? I didn't think I did that. I must have by accident. Oh, what is going on there? Oh, something is going on. It's not sticky, so why is it not sticky? There's just an issue with that. The docs sidebar. Do I still have that? It is sticky. I delete that, it moves everything up. And why is it doing that? Ooh, very strange. Okay, something happened. Sorry, something happened when I deleted some of that sections, or some of that's all this content below. This navigation panel, the sidebar, moved up. And for whatever reason, this thing is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is pulling it down. And I'm not sure why. This is 5. It's a fixed positional element, and this is sticky. And why are you not going here? Ugh. Oh, I do not want to get into troubleshooting mode right now. It's I bet for whatever reason. So it's when there's a scroll bar, then this thing appears, but it's also not behaving as it should be. This is behaving very strangely. I have work to do on this page. So, in order to fix that, I think what we're going to do is something a little bit more drastic. Delete this. Delete this. We're going to go. Oh, gee, we're going to put this in a, let's see, 100%. Sorry, I'm doing this thing. This is really hacky because I do not want to be finicking with this right now. Okay, so you're 100% and you need to have, not a height, we need to have margin up at the top. In fact, let's just make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So yeah, so in terms of that, grouping them, yeah, I'm absolutely going to group them. But yeah, I'm going to do that off screen. I think, just so you guys don't see me fiddling around with that kind of stuff. It's kind of boring. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that as that. And what we can do with this icon here, actually, let's throw in a button. Oh, that's not going to display it correctly either because of everything that's in here. There we go. And you will also have a padding. And this is going to be back to Styleguide. And that link is going to take us to the home page. And let's go back here. Okay. And we should actually probably just throw that in here as well. But this is, there we go. Okay, so, right. Let's just have a quick look. Go to changelog. And whoa, why is that button? What is going on with this button? Maybe it's visited, focused, pressed, hover. Color is white on hover. And the background is changed. Interesting. Let's publish this. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, interesting. That's being overridden somehow. On this page, this button, its color is white, but for whatever reason, something's overriding that style. Oh, I think it's the A visited. Okay. So let's go. We actually want to go to all of our buttons because this is going to be relevant for all of them. So button, and then we'll go to visited. We're going to make sure that its color is white. And we'll probably want to do over the same thing for focused. And then probably for pressed as well. Yeah, we'll set that as default. Okay. Okay. Back to Styleguide. And changelog. Okay. Okay. So, right. Let's, allow others to clone it. Let's showcase this because whatever. And here we are. Woohoo! Here is our first clonable item, which is available. That's kind of cool. I want to see what this looks like in a browser where I'm not logged in. It's got one view, which is probably me. Oh, somebody hearted it. If that was one of you guys, thank you so much. Actually, this image, this screenshot is actually not so bad. Oh, look at that! Actually, you can actually play around in it. That's kind of cool. Cool. So I'm gonna put it in the comment. So if you wanted to check it out, it's right there. Can I pin this? Pin message. Cool. So clone to your heart's content, and do let me know if you like it, if it's, horrible or whatever. And I would imagine, I think, like as soon as I make a change, I would imagine it gets updated here. That's what I'm hopeful anyways. So like if I open this in the live site, let's just see. Okay, so this is it in this is a non-account, so I can kind of see. Let's just do something. So this large container, it's 70 REMs. So let's just do a little test here. Let's go into, whoops. I think I went back by accident. Okay, close that. Let's go here and let's just change this to 80 just for fun. And then we want to publish, right? So we'll publish it. Oh, I still got to fix some of these errors. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's kind of exciting. Okay, so now it's published. So let's go back onto here. Let's refresh. And open this in Webflow. And now we just want to see if that new variable is updated to 80. Okay, so perfect. So as soon as I update it, it just updates in the repository or whatever. So that is perfect. So that is fantastic. Oh, I'm super pumped. So yeah, cool. Right. Okay. So what now? Why did we do this live stream? Right. Because what we wanted to do is I need to change this now because this profile is wrong, because this is my personal account settings. I want to change this back to this avatar. Can I like delete this? I feel like I can't. Or maybe, do I have to change this? And I think I have, let me go back to my avatar here. Design, signature, avatar. This is my old school avatar. Save. This URL has already been taken, like probably by me, I would imagine. Ugh, this is annoying. Account settings. Username, yeah. Huh. I'll figure this out. That's okay. That's not your guys' issue here to worry about. This is my stuff. Okay. Okay. So here's Piixel. Okay, cool. So yeah, this takes a different name because that's when I think that's when I first created my workspace for my organization, but it's not the first time that I joined Webflow, which was in 2020 from what I was saying. I thought it was 2019, but I guess it's 2020. So anyways, don't know what we can do about that. Probably nothing. Okay. Yeah, joined December 6th, 2020. Interesting. Okay, so right. That's client first stuff. Okay, so now the issue of what we need to do is we have our style guide here. We want to take it in and bring it into our actual application here. And because, yeah, we don't have, well, obviously we don't have a style guide. One thing that I probably need to do here, let's just have a look if there's anything that needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be cleaned up. Let's remove all that crap. Are there any interactions that need to be cleaned up? No. So that's good. What are these issues? Doesn't have any content. Add text that describes the functionality. Right, there is no functionality to this one. Show all settings. I wonder if we can just do it like a title tag. Click to open drop down. I don't know if that will actually fix that issue. No, it doesn't fix the issue. We'll worry about that later. These are just empty links that have functionality. I guess we don't even have to have them be a link because this opens the drop down. And they could just be just a regular div field. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So we want to copy this into here. Is the best way to just go for it and just copy and paste it? I think that might have to be the way we need to go. Because if we take a look at our styles, maybe let's go here to FinSuite, which they updated their UI here in the actual Chrome app, which is nice. Let's take a look at our folders. Oh, we're not going to have very many folders. These are all the classes that I have. Oh my goodness. So this is going to be a nightmare to try to fix. This is going to be a nightmare. Let's take a look. So I have everything in sections. Then I have a container, just the hero section. I have a container, then I centered. Right, I remember when I was building this, we wanted to use uppercase lettering because that's what Webflow themselves recommend whenever you're making any kind of templates. However, that's not what Client First uses. And because, well, the way that their folder structure works is you have to use underscores. So if you don't use underscores, then you're not going to be able to use the folder capability, which is been pretty handy in terms of keeping your project in order, especially with the name and structure and how you actually go ahead and find what it is that you're looking for within Webflow. Because going through finding all your CSS classes is a little bit of a pain because it's not as easy as doing a finding and replace or whatever, if you're just in a text editor. So you have to think quite differently than when you're just designing something in a text editor. So I mean, this will just be a grid 2. And then there's just large here, depending on the gap. That's a pain. And this features, that shouldn't be too bad because that's just its own thing. You just have to probably just rename things. And was I using variables here? And I was. I have some font stuff here. Some custom colors. Well, we can try and copy. We can try and copy this page. Let's see what happens. See if there's any warnings that show up anyways. Oh, what did I press? I pressed something wrong. I pressed something. Loading. Let's refresh this. Something's not going. Something's not right. There we go. Okay. Piixel Pieces. Here's where we were. Actually, let me zoom in a little bit here. And we are going to create a new page. We're just going to call it Styleguide. Let's create it. And let's paste. Which is not working because it didn't copy. All right. Copy. Oh, it did. It just took a long time. Shit, what was that message? It said something. Okay, maybe let's undo. Let's try that again. Paste. Renamed header and button classes to header2 and button2. Okay. So let me just write those down. Header is not a big deal, but button obviously is. Okay. All right. Oh, there's no background color in this. Let's fix that. Style. This one has a style, I'm sure. Yeah, the background is white. And this container, U, will also be white. And publish that. And I guess I can just fix that right here. Oh, which I don't actually have that as a variable. Okay. So I guess, like, I mean, what I really need to do is figure out what my layout is like and then change my layout structure to meet the client first principles. Oh, that's going to be daunting. This is going to be a mess. Is it going to be faster to try to change all this into client first, or is it going to be faster to start this over and just redesign this thing? I mean, I won't say redesign, but just rebuild it. Oh my God. Because we got all this functionality too, right? So let's just take a look here. So I mean, like, everything's working, right? So if we want to get started, I am plus test, or I don't know, 11. Actually, let's put it this that I'd remember. Let's just log into the back end here just to see how things are going to work. Okay, this is just a demo month that hasn't passed. 2, 3. There we go. Membership. Okay, and pay. Success. Excellent. So I am now logged in. So all of these pages we're going to have to update. And we're going to have to put all these components in. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be easier to... Yeah, I don't know if I want to rebuild all of this stuff. I like this. I love the look of this thing. I'm actually... Usually when I make I design a website, and then I'll go back to it like a month or two later, and I'll just be like, I hate it. I actually still really like this, which is a good sign for me anyways. So I think what I'm going to do is, there's still some things I want to do right now, but in terms of analyzing the whole Piixel Pieces and how I'm going to transfer the style guide over into this, I'm just going to take some time to think about it and review everything that I've done, and then come to a decision for tomorrow to figure out what we're going to do to move forward and to get it done, and to just do it as quickly as possible. Like it probably should just take a day to get it all done. But it's just going to be a lot of nitpicking to make sure everything is done properly. And I don't know if, I'm definitely going to have to go page by page into putting everything in its right place. So it might be taking it one page and copying and just cutting and pasting from one page to the new page. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go. So I just want to put some time to think about it so I don't do something that's going to screw up everything that we've built here. Because this thing, again, it's basically fully functional except for having the actual components in here to be able to cut and paste. But one thing that I do, so, okay, all that being said, one thing that I want to work on is having like a default avatar on here. And I think we can do that in MemberStack, if I remember correctly. So we want to log in here. And let me... Oh man, that's okay. That's all wrong. Okay. Okay, perfect. Oh, here's me just logging in right now and creating that user. Okay, perfect. So we're still working. Oh man, it's back in October that I worked on this. Man, oh man. And I was thinking like, oh yeah, we'll be done in a month. So I think it's in settings here. I'm not familiar here with MemberStack and how things are going to work. For maybe it's the app image. And email templates. Okay. Guides and tutorials. Let's see. So we basically want a content display, I believe, but we want to be able to see some of the members' data. Profile images, that's what we want. Okay, this article will show you how to add an image upload button and image preview directly into Webflow. If you're using the MemberStack profile modal, it's included. All right. Unstyled profile image component directly into your project. Data MS member profile image. So I think we already have that. So, okay, now we got to get back into, now we have to shift our mindset a little bit here into like a developmenter, like into the development mode. Okay. So we basically want to look at the dashboard. And I guess it's, it's on all pages here. So it's in this user portal instance. And here we have the user avatar. And we should have yeah, we do already have this attribute of profile image. It's already in there, as you can see here under this custom attributes. So profile images cannot go inside a form. Okay. Members will see the image you upload in Webflow until they upload a profile image of their own. So if that means if I have a different placeholder image like this one, oh, that's a pretty crappy image from, okay. If I replace it with this, and then I publish, is that going to display here? Did that publish? Oh, okay, it does. Excellent. So that replaces it here, but it's not replacing it here by this upload avatar. And I think that's also where I need to do it in here in the, I guess it's the user profile page, which is, what's it called? What is the member page? It's not members only, but it is the, I think it's the members page. Yes. Right. So we can also get image from members. Oh, what do we have in the members collection? The only thing we have is the actual member itself. The new member. We have the member slug. Okay. No, that's all we have. That's okay. So let's just change this to this. Total placeholder stuff here. But I was thinking I had to go through MemberStack to upload it. But as it stands, it looks like I don't. So if I'm a user, which I am, well, I mean, I'm logged in. So let's choose an image, change my profile picture, and then it changed. And it changed here as well too. Cool. So let's just take a look at what it goes, or what it shows in the members portal. So this should probably show up. Oh, it does. Look at that. Oh, and it updated here as well too. So that's awesome. Oh, I think I tested this before too. I must have, because I have images here. Okay, well that solves that problem. I thought that was going to be a harder problem to solve than it ended up being. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Right, because I know this whole section here, we are going to change this into our drop-down components, because these are not drop-down components at all anymore, or at all. Even here, I think, yeah, this is all dynamic. So this is all going to be just a little bit trickier to get it all sorted out. Because yeah, everything's dynamic. The number of collection items, yeah, this is cool, but yeah. Okay, super pumped. So let's have a quick look. Can I go back? So we also need to go to our components. So these are standalone components here. Let's pin this. So all of these ones, like in each one of these individual pages, I'm going to have to copy everything in here and stick it into, probably create a components folder. So that way when you're on components and you have all these ones, and these are going to be listed, I guess dynamically. How are we going to, I guess we're going to put it in, oh, we're going to put it, we got to put it in here. Right. Okay. Because we definitely want to shove it in the database, each component. And we want to link to the demo page. And that's okay. I mean, that page can easily just be like a link to, like an internal link, right? To pixelpieces.com/component/header1. We just have to hard code it in here, which is fine. So Webflow does not generate shortcodes from the templates. So shortcodes, I'm just trying to think again in the context of shortcodes, how that's used. So a shortcode would be when you're in the editor within WordPress, you put in a shortcode like square brackets, quotes, whatever the shortcode is, that will actually insert whatever code, that shortcode is referring to, right? So that would be like some other WordPress component or whatever the case may be. So does Webflow do that? As far as I know, no. No, because, well, I don't know specifically what the reasons are. But I think it has to do with because it's like cross project compatibility issues, I would imagine, because you can't have a code from another Webflow project, right? So, but that being said, if it's within the same project, even if it's within the same project, you can't generate like a shortcode. So what you do instead, so that being said, I kind of see where you're going here. So what Webflow does have, okay, no, I got it now. I think I can answer this question. Because what Webflow does have is Webflow has, what are they called? They're called components. So when you create a block of code, you can put it into a component. So you can just cut and paste that component into an area on the page and it'll be identical. So for example, in this project, there's a header component, right? And I can call it up on all pages. So whenever I make an update to this header, it's going to update on all instances in which the header was initialized within the application or within the project. So it doesn't work quite like a shortcode. It's pretty much just a way to simplify chunks of code and reuse those identical chunks of code. With the API, I bet you can do, people have done amazing things with the API because from what I know, the API is really, really flexible. And that's why people write all of these custom stuff by FinSuite. It's all through the API, right? So people have done some really cool things to really increase the functionality of Webflow. But I am not good at working, like I can't do any of that stuff. So I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could, because people are doing some incredible things with Webflow with the API. I'm sure you could. I can't personally because I'm just not skilled enough with that type of stuff. Hank here, hello and welcome. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Unconventional Mindset. I feel like I'm talking like a radio DJ host or something like that. Right. So all that being said, what are we looking to? Yeah, we're thinking about how we are going to integrate the style guide into this. And yeah, we built, because the application is ready to go outside the box, or not outside the box, but it's ready to go now because it's just everything's built. We're gonna have to be very careful with how we bring over the style guide. So like I said, I'm going to spend some time tonight to think about this and put the process in place, and then we're just going to start it. And I think it'll just take a full day to reincorporate all of this style guide into Piixel Pieces, into here. And once we have that, can I go back to the homepage? How do I go back to the homepage through here? I need to make this click linkable. Oh yeah, I had all this stuff working. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Right, you get to the dashboard. What was I saying? Yeah, so once tomorrow we update this to the new style guide, our client first style guide, then we'll take these components and then we'll add them into the database through here, and we'll add them into each individual page. And then the last thing we'll have to do after this, there's two more main things we need to do. We need to be able to make sure that when we have these components here, so we have the different navigation elements, nav bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. So there'll be 5 of them here. The two big things we need to do outside of transferring things over is create an image for each of these items. So people can, when you look at basic nav 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, you'll be able to see what it looks like. And then we need to have this copy functionality working. So people just click this button, press copy, and it'll actually copy that code that people can then paste it into their Webflow project. And that is what I'm hoping a friend of mine will be able to help me figure out by the end of this week. And then by the end of this week, then we'll be ready to open up Piixel Pieces, which is right here, to anybody who wants to test and try it out. And Rolando, we're going to have to get you to working in Webflow and to do a project in it, just so we can tease you away from using WordPress, if that's ever anything that you're interested in. Because believe me, I was working WordPress for like 10 years and came across Webflow and was like, okay, goodbye WordPress. You were really good while it lasted, but I found someone else better. But I mean, with WordPress, you can't deny its versatility and what you can do with it, because I mean, it's just open source. You have access to the whole code. Or of course, obviously, in Webflow, you don't. It's a closed source system, except for the API, obviously. Okay, so is there anything else that we need to think about? Need to update the icons. Yeah, I need to update icons. Boy. Update the colors. Just small things. Is this working? Oh, I have this. This is working. Although it's not very smooth. Yeah, no, I want to do the transfer first for the style guide. Yeah, we need to do this first. That's the most important thing. When this copies over, it does copy over the height, eh? And I don't think it copied over any of the variables. No, it hasn't. So there's going to be a lot of work to do. There'll be a lot of work to do to clean this up. Okay. So we didn't quite get started really on the copying the style guide over. So we're going to do that tomorrow, I promise. Because like I said, I just want to take some time to think this through just to make sure that I do this right, because this is pretty important to get it right. Because once we launch, I mean, people are going to start paying money. Hopefully, hopefully we'll get some paying clients. And then people are going to expect a certain level of quality. So we're going to have to make sure that it's all there. Right. I really like the Webflow platform in terms of design, but I feel that is a little limited in terms of project scalability, just like WordPress. So I think, like, to be honest, it's one of the things that I was worried out before when I first started. But it's been like over 2 years now, almost 3 years. In the 3 years that I've been using Webflow, it's just increased more in functionality, where they have lots of things like Logic now. They have some membership stuff. It's still kind of primitive. I still wouldn't make a full-blown membership site just using Webflow alone. But combining what they have built in natively and combine it with Zapier and being able to link in other third-party integrations and being able to use your webhooks and whatever and just basically talk with any other API and integrate that into your Webflow, it really can handle most of the things that I would imagine that that you can throw at it in terms of what your clients or whatever are demanding. So, and for me, being honest, like all the clients that I have, none of them want anything that's too crazy. I don't know if I'd run a full huge e-commerce store off of here. I don't know if I would do that. I'd probably want to use Shopify if I was going to do that, tracking inventory and all that kind of stuff, that gets really complex. But just for your basic websites, and if you just have even some dynamic data, I think you can pretty much get away with using it for pretty much anything that your clients can throw at you. So, but yeah, I don't know. Again, WordPress. Webflow's not paying me for saying this. I just really, nothing but good things to say about working with Webflow so far to date, and basing all the like my livelihood, I guess you can say, because all my clients are in Webflow right now. So, and that's how I've been making my money so far as I started this entrepreneurial journey. So, and WordPress would work as fine too, but I know it would have been a whole lot more maintenance, just keeping everything up to date and dealing with plugins and security issues and all that nightmare stuff. Oh my goodness. It's just thinking about it now. It's like, anyways. Yeah. So anyways, so I think that's it. I think that's everything today. Unless there's any questions, just let me know. But if not, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I felt like not too much was accomplished today, but we're getting there. We're getting closer. And I think now we have a layout for what's going to happen the rest of this week. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then hopefully by Friday, we can have this thing ready for Piixel Pieces, for people to sign up and just try out the full blown website. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. This is interesting. Okay. I'm going to leave it there because I'm rambling, I think. So thank you once again for joining, for tuning in. Rolando, thank you so much for your tips on text and language. Excellent command of the human language, much better than I do. So very much appreciated. And I'll see you here for a brand new stream tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you here tomorrow.